morning, dear hearts. We are now on lesson 165. Please subscribe. Today's lesson, let me not deny the thought of God. Earlier in the year, I was using one word periodically to describe the lesson. If we did that, we applied that method to today, that one word would be certainty. The thought of God is certain because it knows it came from God, and God is certain. Now also, we remember that we have had this one lesson 3 times, I am as God created me, and we were told that that lesson would be repeated in different forms, but it would still come to us. This is another way of saying, I am as God created me. Let not my mind deny the thought of God. Thought is capitalized. We know it's an eternal thought. The lesson starts by saying, what makes this world seem real, except your own denial of the truth that lies beyond it. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. Beyond this world, there is truth, and it is truth that I truly want. The second paragraph says, the thought of God created you. The extension from the mind of God created us. It left you not, nor have you ever been apart from it an instant. A thought doesn't leave its source. God is our source. The thought of God is still within the mind of God. It belongs to you. By you it lives. It is your source of life, holding you one with it, this thought of God, and everything is one with you because it left you not. The thought of God, this is beautiful, protects you, cares for you, makes soft your resting place and smooth your way, lighting your mind with happiness and love. This thought of God, this truth, eternity and everlasting life shine in your mind because the thought of God has left you not and still abides with you. And then the third paragraph says, who would leave that if they realize that their peace, their safety, their joy, their healing, their quiet rest, their calm awakening, if they but recognized where all of that abides? It abides within the mind of God. It abides in heaven. And the next paragraph begins by saying, deny not heaven. It is yours today, but for the asking. We need to ask in order to receive. Ask to receive, and it is given you. Conviction lies within it. But till you welcome it as yours, uncertainty remains. God is not uncertain, but we are. So until we are sure in our asking, we are sure that this is what we want, then we are denying the thought of God being within our own mind. We are never forced, coerced into our awakening. As I have said, one of my Janetisms, no one's been dragged kicking and screaming into enlightenment, nor will they be today, but God is certain. Then it says, ask with desire. You need not be sure that you request the only thing you want, but when you have received, you will be sure you have the treasure you have always sought. What would you then exchange for it? When I have everything, would I exchange it for something else? I will not value what is valueless today. And I know what is valuable, and it comes from the thought of God. What would induce you now to let it fade? All of these things that have been provided for us, what would induce us to even think about exchanging it from our ecstatic vision? For this sight proves that you have exchanged your blindness for the seeing eyes of Christ. Your mind has come to lay aside denial and accept the thought of God as your inheritance, the truth of who we are. And within that thought of God, all is provided. Let not my mind deny that thought today. Let me receive it and accept it. And then our doubting past is over and salvation will be given to us. Paragraph 7 says, practice today in hope, and I would add into that joy. Practice in hopefulness and joyfulness, for hope indeed is justified. Your doubts are meaningless, for God is certain, and the thought of him is never absent. Again, the thought never leaves its source. The thought of God is never outside of the thought in our eternal mind. Sureness must abide within you who are host to him. And then this next line, I think, really sums up almost everything in the course. And because it says, this course removes all doubts which you have interposed between him, God, and your certainty of him, God. Everything that I have put as blocks to the awareness of love's presence between me and my Father, me and my inheritance, me and heaven, me and my brother. This course, given the willingness, if we give it our willingness, if we give the Holy Spirit, if we give the thought of God our willingness, will remove all of those doubts, all of those obstacles. The final paragraph says, we count on God and not upon ourselves to give us certainty, and in his name we practice as his word directs we do. Our practicing is still as it was instructed several lessons ago, within the morning and the evening, as long as we want, and then hourly, simply at least to remember the title of today's lesson. His sureness lies beyond our every doubt. His love remains beyond our every fear. The thought of him is still beyond all dreams and in our minds according to his will. And the lesson, again, and there's only 50 first lessons, so they are often used over and over again, but they apply over and over again. And I would certainly pair today's lesson with, I am sustained by the love of God. I abide within the love of God. And that is where I find my hope, my peace, my happiness, my joy, where I awaken because I am sustained by the love of God. And today I will not let my mind deny the thought of God. That's it for today. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please pray for me too, and please be here tomorrow. We are finishing with beautiful, beautiful lessons. We'll be in review again, and before you even know it. Namaste.